One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Huntington Bank Stadium, home to the Minnesota Golden Gophers. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Indiana Hoosiers, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Minnesota Golden Gophers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Golden Gophers will boot it away to start the game. And he takes this from inside the 5. He's out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Excellent job by the kick coverage unit to keep him from getting the sideline. So Indiana's offense will have the football first. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
Caught behind the line. It's Hemby. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. 3rd and long. You bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. Get to have a little fun, go get the quarterback.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. The Hoosiers will send out the punt unit. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. So Minnesota's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week, and watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick, the ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will, a really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game, maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Unloads to the wideout. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot. It'll be 3rd and long. Might be changing the route. Scanning the field, it's Lindsey. With the catch, it's Coleman. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. The Golden Gophers come to the line with a new set of downs. The give is to Taylor. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Guys, let's talk just for a minute about Minnesota. Losing early in the year can be detrimental, also can be galvanizing. You realize not much margin for error, and they suddenly have put it together and won their last 2.
The dips in the season early really served as motivation for them, and they were able to turn the page. They were able to be resilient. And 18 to 22-year-olds in college football, David, it's easier said than done, but this team really is about that.
Yeah, and they're starting to get it together, and you can see it. Like, I think early in the season, too, Jesse, you're figuring out who you are as a team. I think they kind of got that figured out, and I look for this team to win today and climb up into those rankings.
Great job by the running back on this play. It's a big third down, and his ability to catch the ball, turn around, get north, make a guy miss, and go move the sticks. Awesome individual effort.
The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He stopped immediately.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Caught in the backfield, it's Turner. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's a really good job by the defense understanding leverage. I can't let that fast sucker get outside of me towards the sidelines. Nice job expanding with him and then going and making a tackle. One of the hardest things to do in football is tackle guys in the open field. Great job going and getting him on the ground.
Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. Dead center perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
He'll bring it out. It's Morris. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Pocket breaking down. Pulls it in. It's Morris. The ball squirts free. And he was able to get back on top of his own fumble.
Yeah, that's a great job by the defense. Swarming the football, creating the turnover. Oh, it wasn't a turnover. What a lucky bounce back to the offense. Great job by the defense. Just keep doing that. Keep hitting it. Keep getting that football out. You'll get some of those breaks later on down the road.
Off the play fake. Finds his tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just freeze the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
A lot of offensive coordinators love to screen you to death and work the ball down the field, Jesse, but a negative play like that will take you out of your game plan.
And that's not the last screen that they've got in their playbook offensively. They're going to try and do it a few different other ways, but give the defense credit. D-line doing a nice job watching the quarterback, stopping the rush, and everybody just seemed to hone in on the running back on that screen.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Back to throw, it's Mendoza. Unloads it left. It's caught. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
They're dealing with a second and long. The play action fake. Makes the grab. It's Morris. He'll get down to the 22 before going out of bounds.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. And the Hoosiers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Wants to go up top on first down. Touchdown, Indiana! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, every game in the SEC so vital to a team's season, and this one is no different. Georgia somehow, some way found an edge between the hedges and picked up a much-needed victory. It wasn't a masterpiece, but let's be honest, it wasn't a loss either. Going to be very interesting to see what the fallout from this one is, because as we know, you can't lose games in the SEC like this without some blowback.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Looking to throw, it's Lindsey. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
They were backed up, and then suddenly they weren't. They've got it 1st and 10 now inside the 50. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line gets set, first down. From the gun, running back gets to give. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Got it inside the 10. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. With the run on 1st and goal. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Offside. Defense.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
Well, after talking to him this week, I know this guy was excited to build off the momentum from last week when he scored 2 touchdowns. You could just see him here close to the end zone. He's trying to snip his way in. He's so good at finding the creases when they get down tight to the goal line.
Man, that hurts because second down, you got everything in front of you, the whole playbook open. Now you get a lost yardage play. Now it's third down. Now it puts those feet to the fire a little bit more. Now you better come up with something you really love.
Beck's going for the goal line. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. But the offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal.
That makes the score Minnesota 10, Indiana 7.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Dropping back, it's Mendoza. Fakes the grab on the left. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of it.
Looking deep down the right side. He's got it. He's loose on the right. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Hoosiers!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
He'll try to tack on one more. The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. To the air, it's Lindsey. He uncorks a bullet to the right. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. They've generated some momentum with excellent performances in Big Ten play, and you can see them growing game by game.
And that's a big deal, too, in the new-look Big Ten Conference. Back in the day when there were divisions, you know, it was a toss-up every year who was going to win the Big Ten West. That was the easier division. But now, it's just who are the best two teams out of all these teams, all these quality teams. So it's impressive that this team, David, has put themselves in position to play for the championship.
You ain't lying, especially in this conference. Let's be honest, the Big Ten and the SEC, they've separated themselves from everybody else. And so you're competing in this conference, in the middle of the season, you can finish strong. Now we're not just talking about conference championships. We're talking about where can we be in the playoff and how much damage we can do in the postseason. How about that? Just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
And the Golden Gophers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They'll run play action. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Taylor. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
The Golden Gophers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Back to pass, it's Lindsey. Takes the easy throw in the flat. Picks up enough to give them first and 10 from the 11.
I don't always have to push the ball down the field. I love when QBs drop back, look at it matchups. Oh, I got my running back. I think he can get the first down. Give him the football. Let him be an athlete with the football in his hands after he catches it. Nice job by the QB. Nice job by the running back.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Davis. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the gun, give on the inside. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Minnesota!
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we are going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, who knows how things are going to finish up in the Big Ten this season, but this is a game to keep in mind. Michigan proved it is battle-tested and capable of winning any place, any time after this one. And just think of the confidence this Wolverines team gained today. Invaluable, if you ask me. Really unexpected outcome in this intriguing Big Ten matchup. And the type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. RPO complete to open the drive. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? To throw, it's Mendoza. Got it in the middle, it's Hemby. Runs through a tackle. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking downfield on first down. Makes a connection. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with the first down. Wants to throw on first down. The sure hands, it's Cooper. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Hoosiers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Quick completion on the out. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. And the Hoosiers have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Cooper. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Indiana! And they take it in for 6 more points. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead.
That makes the score Indiana 21, Minnesota.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my jump.
He lobs one high down the left side. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Flying out to the left. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! He got a step and just dusted the field.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. To the air, it's Mendoza. Fires to the tight end. At the 40, there he goes. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
This quarterback obviously did a lot of film prep coming into this one. He has been picking this defense apart. With that last completion, guys, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
They gobbled up a ton of yardage to open this drive, and now in business near midfield at the 49. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Morris. Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. The sure hands. It's Cooper.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, creating enough separation to create a positive gain.
Fires deep toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
He's got an open man. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. This will likely be the last play of the half. Quick snap and a spike to stop the clock.
No gain on the play. Brings up second down.
Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. It is perfect. And we've got a deadlock here in the third quarter. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, it is hard to beat Minneapolis when that town is buzzing as it is today. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first two quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. And the Golden Gophers racing to the line in the hurry-up. On third and short, they keep it on the ground here. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
You wonder now on offense, have they found something in the run game? Finally, it's been tough for them to get the run game going, but they picked up a nice gain on that last one.
There he goes. They finally get him stopped, and his veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now, what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
The Golden Gophers with the 1st and 10. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. They'll move it back, and it's 1st and 15 for this offense. They'll leave it with the lone back. And the defense wrestles him to the ground. And the Golden Gophers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Power football with the run. At the 20, he's got space. Touchdown, Minnesota! And that one will give him the lead. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy. He makes a big play. Yes, please.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Auburn went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's house and prove you're legit. And did the Tigers ever do that? Really unexpected outcome in this ranked-on-ranked matchup. The type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
And Kevin Connor's keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Looking for space. It's Hemby. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. The Hoosiers in a good spot here with second and short. Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. Lost, the defense is wide open. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Well, it's a nice job by him making the catch, but guys... secured the ball and put it away. The play's not over. Give the defender credit for knocking it loose, and the defense jumps on.
The run to the right. Gets it past the marker. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield, it's Lindsey. That's caught. It's Coleman. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. The Golden Gophers have pushed it inside the 20. They go to the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this D needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
And the Golden Gophers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
Leaves it with the running back. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third. We reach the break. It's Minnesota holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Never a doubt. And that lead grows even bigger.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a two-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
They have the lead in a two-possession game and oddly lining up for an onside kick. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Things have not gone the way they planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. Breaks into the open. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
After giving up that big shot defensively, how confident are you calling that coverage again? You're now on your own end of the field, and now your backs are against the wall.
This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. Reads it, fires complete. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
Looking for a man. It's Mendoza. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Touchdown, Hoosiers! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
With the grab and the score.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker on for the extra point.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
It's incomplete, but here comes the flag, and I think it's going to be a 1st down.
Pass interference, defense.
You want your defenders to be physical in pass coverage, but they can't be overly aggressive. They can't grab and hold. That's an obvious PI call. Dropping back, it's Lindsey. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
It didn't look to me, guys, like the QB and his target were on the same page on that outbreaking route. I'm not sure if they both thought it was man or zone or what was happening, but I think that helped lead to the incompletion.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Taylor.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. He's got it. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. The Golden Gophers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try the middle. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Complete on the comeback. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied and the timeout is gone. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Dropping back, it's Mendoza. He's got him. And eventually taken down, but what about that spin move? Gives him the first down yardage. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line. They'll have it 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the big fella. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain.
And I think the defense doing a really good job of understanding this is late in the game. It matters. Taking away the sidelines, taking away the middle of the field, making him kind of check the football down, go through his progressions, and make that clock tick.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
Snagged in the middle, it's Morris. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. Lost to throw again. Gets open down the middle. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Morris. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. And the Hoosiers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Leaves it with the back. Shakes off the defender. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. Second down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed first down on second down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on third down.
Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
That is so deflating on defense, too, because in your own red zone, third down, you need to make a stop. You know they're going to throw to the weapon at tight end, but it's one thing to draw it up on the blackboard. It's another thing to go execute and prevent that guy from catching the ball. He's so big. He's so athletic. You could have the perfect play call on, and he's still picking up the first.
Now it's 2nd and goal. Back to throw, it's Mendoza. He wants it all. Touchdown, Indiana! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
And it's go time. You need a play late, and the big tight end comes through for you. You find him, he does the rest, catches the football, gets in for the touchdown, and now you take the lead.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, it is now a final in the Big Ten and a game I think a lot of folks will want to see. Nebraska was able to come away with the win, as they have so many times there in Lincoln, but not without a few bumps along the way. Man, nothing in college football is easy. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the Big Ten standings as this one does, gentlemen.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. He's open on the right. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking downfield on 1st down. Here comes the heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. A shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Well, this defense is still playing so hard here late in the game in the 4th quarter. Offense taking a shot into the end zone. Defender in incredible position, and he's able to knock that one away incomplete.
Unloads to the wideout. Almost intercepted, and that might have been the ball game if he had held on. Instead, it's 4th down. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! They move on top here in the 4th.
How about that play? Late in the ball game, you need a play. You throw it up to your guy, and he makes the play. That is execution at its best in the clutch moments. Nice throw, nice catch.
If he makes this one, the lead will be 3, and at least a field goal won't beat you. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And what a way to end it with what is likely the game winner in the final seconds. Running to daylight from inside his 25. They get him corralled, but not before he gets that return out to the 35. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Mendoza. He's taking a deep shot. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there. It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoiler.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game, and I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you, regardless of whether this team is ranked or not,